What's going on, everybody? What's happening? What's happening? How's everybody doing today? Let me make sure that this is turned down so I don't have that interference. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's happening, everybody? It is still morning on the eastern side. I know it's afternoon, evening time in some places around the world. Y'all come on in. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going live today. And y'all know we love to go live, and we love chatting it up with you guys. So y'all come on in. And if you're coming on in, let me know where you're tuning in from in the chat. Would love to know where you guys are tuning in from. We're going to have our great, great friend and brother, Tune In to TJ, coming on today. And we've got 18 people watching now. I need all 18 of y'all to go ahead and hit that like button. You know what? I'm going to do it first. I'm going to be the first person to hit the like button. Ronald Harris says, good morning. What's up, Ronald? Good to see you in the building, man. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to have our brother Tune In to TJ. Those of you that don't know Tune In to TJ, you're going to learn about Tune In to TJ today. Lee Forex says, hey, bro, I was happy to see you got involved in invisible AI. Well, I had my reasons and I had my, doubts about it. For those of you that know, you know. But it's been a great experience so far. Nothing but good things to say about what I have personally experienced in invisible AI. So we'll see how it goes. Only time will tell. Y'all come on in. We got 21 people watching. Y'all go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already. We've got our brother Tune In to TJ going to join us today. He is another person in this space that is killing the game. He's actually new to the space relatively, or at least new to the YouTube world in this space. And he's had a lot of success. He's involved in a lot of different things. We're not all in the same stuff, but we are all in this space in general. So there's a lot of knowledge that he comes with today. And for those of you that may be wanting to learn what it's been like for the new person starting their YouTube journey in this space in particular, you might want to tune in. You might want to get your family and your friends in, because y'all know all the time I tell people, y'all might as well just start YouTube channels if you're going to be in this space. You might as well. He's one of those people that I told that he might as well. And he's going to be joining us today. So we're going to be talking about that. We got 23 people in the live right now. Let's go ahead and look into this chat box. We've got Yo Bear or Ho Bear from Miami. Miami is in the building. Jennifer Cole, Hancock, and Siles. I hope I'm not saying that wrong, but we just call you Jennifer. Good morning from New Jersey. Shout out to New Jersey and Miami today. We're gonna clap it up real quick for them. Thomas Evans says, hey, BOJ, what's going on, Thomas? Ronald Harris is tuning in from Miami. Miami is definitely in the building today. Evan Emerson, what's up, my brother? You already know. Why we ain't liking, fam? What you mean? Why we ain't like? Oh, that's right. He asking y'all why we ain't liking. Put some likes in there. Let's go. Let's go. We getting started today. We're gonna get started in about 10 minutes too. We want to make sure that we're on time. We're going to have our brother Tune In to TJ. You already know. Devarius Jones says, shout out to BOJ from NYC. New York City is definitely in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, we got 27 people watching right now. That means I should see at least 20 likes right now, y'all. Come on. Let's show Tune In to TJ some love. And y'all know what it does when people like the video, right? This allows it to be seen by more people. All right. So we want to be seen by everybody today. We want everybody to get in on what's going on. We've got MET, Stuttgart, whatever Stuttgart means. I hope it's something positive. But shout out to you, MET, and thank you for joining in. Evan Emerson with the smiley faces. Gotta love the smiley faces, right? Unlimited Streams TV says, what's up, BOJ? What is up, Unlimited? I'm sorry, I said unlimited. My illiterate self. Ultimate Streams. TV. Shout out to you, Ultimate Streams. The Big Arch 03, Steelers Nation's in the building. Hey, shout out to Steeler Nation. Y'all already know what nation I claim. You know what I'm saying? I got to pull the helmet out just real quick. Just real quick. Y'all know what's up. Take command, baby. Let's go. New ownerships in the building. We're all excited over here in the DMV, but shout out to Steeler Nation. Huge fan of Mike Tomlin. Huge fan of, you know, just the success that they've had. You know what I'm saying? Got to have respect for it. I have respect for it. That's what I meant to say. For those of you just tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get started in about 8 minutes. We got my brother Tune in the TJ tuning in today. We're going to be talking about this space as a whole. He's another person that has experienced some success in this space. We've also seen he's also experienced some non-success, maybe some failures, you may call them. I call them learning lessons. That's all it is. Or I might call them a rite of passage. For those of you that know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But for those who don't, just stick around and you might learn a little something today. And this is going to be from a different perspective. All right. I love hearing about other people that are in this space as well and going through some of the same things that we go through, even from a leadership standpoint, as we try to navigate this space and we're sharing our journeys. There's a lot of things that we deal with on the leadership standpoint of things that are different than the person that may not be in the YouTube space. So we'll talk a little bit about that as well. We have 26 people watching. I gotta see at least 20 likes. Come on, y'all. Let's get 20 likes. Let's go ahead and make it happen. We've got so much to discuss, and we're gonna do it in a who knows how much time. We've been on live for some hours time. You know what I'm saying? Just depends. But feel free to let us know where you're tuning in from, wherever you're tuning in from. We're going to get started at exactly 12 noon, y'all. And I don't want y'all to miss a thing. So y'all come on in. Let me know where you're tuning in from. We've got 28 people watching right now. Feel free to share this video with whoever, y'all. With whoever. All right. Looking forward to seeing everyone in the building. Looking forward to it, y'all. Had to check a quick message. We got 24 people watching right now. Y'all come on in, share it with your friends and family. We're going to be getting started in about 6 minutes. We're going to get started right at 12 noon, y'all. We're not going to delay. We're going to get right into this thing. Anything you guys want to talk about, feel free to drop it in the chat. We've had some news come out today already. Y'all know I'm a huge SPRITZ fan. Y'all know SPRITZ just added a very key component to its availabilities, I'll say. That's the word I'll use. Anyway, we might even get to talk about that a little bit today. Ultimate Streams TV checking you out from Cali. Appreciate the love. And I know it's early out there in Cali, so I appreciate you tuning in with us today. Got to clap it up for that. G.A. Bim says, greetings, Pat from Florida. Florida is in the building today, y'all. Florida is for sure in the building. And I hope that, you know, the weather's treating y'all nice. I hope that the environment's treating y'all nice. You know, Florida's been in the news a whole lot. You know, anytime that you can make a whole joke out of Florida man or Florida woman, you know, there's some wild stuff going on in Florida. But shout out to Florida, and thank you guys for all the support. My guy, Ryan Lomax, Glover the G Trader himself is in the building. Shout out to my brother from across the pond. Appreciate you joining us, brother. Always a pleasure to see you in the comment section, my man. You know, we're going to have our guy. This is our guy. You know what I'm saying? Tune in to TJ. He's going to be joining us in 5 minutes, y'all. I already got him in the waiting room right now. All right, he's ready to go. All right, you know what I'm saying? He's got his setup. He's rocking and rolling. So proud of him and what he's been able to do in really a short amount of time in the grand scheme of things. You know, so we're going to have him on. We're going to talk about some of the things that he's experienced and his growing pains and his successes, his learning lessons, all that different stuff. So make sure y'all go and follow him. As a matter of fact, y'all want to make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe to his channel even before he gets on here. All right. Show him some love before he even gets on here. All right. We got to get him to 1,000 subscribers soon. And y'all know how I go. You know what I'm saying? If you can get 10 subscribers, you can get 100 subscribers. If you can get 100, then you can get 1,000. All right. And he's got over 500 subscribers right now, bringing value to the space on a consistent basis, might I add that. And y'all make sure y'all show him some love. Caden Matthews says hello from Canada. Canada's in the building. Canada is for sure in the building. You know, your boy Drake was out here a couple days ago. He was out here in D.C. turning it up out here with the with the DMV folk. So shout out to the 6. Shout out to Canada. Lee Forex says, I have New Hampshire and Maine covered today. That's what's up. We got the Northeast in the building. Gotta love when the Northeast is in the building. Crypto Fergie said, what's up? What's new, folks? Hey, there's some new stuff. There's some old stuff. But nonetheless, man, all just blessed stuff. It's another day above ground is a good day for me. So appreciate you tuning in, Crypto Fergie. Definitely. Truth Media says, good morning, BOJ. Good morning, Truth Media. Welcome to the stream today. We've got 30 people watching right now. I need to see at least 20 likes. Y'all need to go make sure y'all hit that like button. Come on. Y'all make sure y'all hit it. We got 3 more minutes. And we're going to have my guy tune in to TJ joining us today. Crypto Fergie is tuning in from Ireland. Ireland is in the building. That is what's up. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Thank you for tuning in, Crypto Fergie, all the way from Ireland, y'all. Come on, y'all hit that like button. Y'all go, somebody unclick the like button. What, you don't like it no more? Anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. Another 2 minutes. Excuse me, I'm going to have my guy tuning in, TJ, joining us. Let me just make sure I'm not missing any text messages just real quick that I can respond to. Appreciate you, Crypto Fergie. You know, I had to show Ireland some love. It's not every day that I got a person tuning in from Ireland that actually lets me know that they're tuning in from Ireland. It's also not every day that I'm doing live. So on the flip side, I understand. I got to give y'all more opportunity to tune in. Let me know you're tuning in. You know what I'm saying? So I can take accountability for that. But we got 31 people watching. We finally got 20 likes. I'd love to see 30 likes. If everyone that's watching this video right now would just go click that like button, then I think we'd see even more people in the room, because that's just how YouTube works. They want to see people liking stuff. Then they feel like, oh, well, let me let the rest of his subscribers know that he's on live right now. You know, let me let more of them know. Maybe more of them will tune in. So y'all make sure y'all go ahead and press that that like button. We got 1 more minute, y'all. It's 11:59. I'm watching this clock. My guy Tune In to TJ is in the building. And I'm calling him Tune In to TJ for a reason, all right? Because it's all about branding. You know what I'm saying? You got to put the branding out. If he wants to tell y'all his name, he can go ahead and tell y'all his name. But we're talking about Tune Into TJ, all right? Y'all want to make sure y'all subscribe to his channel as well. All right, we're just about ready. We're just about ready. I'm looking at this clock. I'm waiting for it to tick, and I'm going to click this admit button. I'm so excited to have my brother on. This is a long time coming. Not that long, but we've been talking about getting on and having a conversation for a minute now. He's made so many strides in growing his presence in this space, his knowledge of the space, his commitment to the space, and just being a person that can be counted on for solid information and solid opinion, you know, because that's all we do. We just bring our opinion. We don't ever beg anybody to do anything. We don't tell anybody what to do, but we show others what we have decided to do. So without further ado, it is 12 noon. I'm going to bring my guy, Tune In to TJ. Y'all go ahead and say what's up to Tune In to TJ as he comes in and shows that handsome mug he's got.
What's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing well. This is I was just telling the folks it's been a long time coming. Not that long, but it feels like a long time because it
feels like eternity. Actually, we've been trying to do this for a while.
We've been trying to get it done, but man, your setup looks great. You kind of look like me over there. We should definitely be getting some road sponsorships pretty soon.
We should, yeah. You should definitely get some. You should definitely get some commissions from Road. And this is my BOJ starter pack. You like that?
Man, I love it. I love it. I love it. Y'all give it up to Tune In to TJ one time, y'all. So glad to have you on, brother.
Likewise, man. Thank you so much for having me on.
Of course, man. This is what and I'm trying to do better about having my colleagues and my friends from the space, my brothers, because we talk a good amount about the space offside, and we kind of just do our things on our channels. But one thing that actually Passive Income Croc, right? He's inspired me in so many different ways, man, because he's just so on it, right? Just about everything. He's
so consistent.
Right? He's so
consistent. Not to interrupt you, but his consistency, it's almost like yours. His consistency is off the charts. I mean, he's got YouTube shorts.
He might have me beat, man, because even his thumbnails, like for me, I'm a very consistent thumbnail guy, right?
You are.
I make 2 thumbnails when I start something. I have an update thumbnail and I have a new platform thumbnail.
Yep.
right? And I only use one of them one time, right? So
Yeah,
it's literally, you know.
But that's good. But here's the thing. I think that's a good thing because I'm running out of facial expressions for my thumbnail. I feel like people are like, man, this guy's ugly enough. I don't want to keep seeing the same.
There's only so many times you can give the Nardward face, like.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I just watched BOJ, but I also saved 5% on my car insurance with Geico.
Right.
You know? No, but I like what you do, bro. I like what you do because it's consistent. You're a busy guy. You got a lot going on,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And it's just, you can crank it out easily.
That's right. That's right.
So
That's right.
you do your thing. He's got his thing, right?
Yep. Everybody's got their thing. And I was just telling the people, right? So you have recently, and for those of you that don't know, right, this is Tune Into TJ, right? So if we didn't get the introduction right the first time, we're going to get it right now. But he's relatively new. I can't really call you new because once you get past a certain amount of videos, you know what I'm saying, you're really kind of in your mode. You get in the grind of things, and you've been in the grind of it, man. You've done updates and pretty much all the things that I've kind of warned you about the space that were gonna be hurdles.
Yeah.
You know,
the potholes.
You've gone through just about most of them in a very short amount of time, so it's hard to really call you a rookie or a newbie.
I'm still a rookie. Call a spade a spade. I'm you know.
Listen, I'll call you novice. How about that? We'll say you're novice.
I like novice. I'm very humble, so I like novice. I got a long way to go, but you know, I'm ready to climb Mount Everest.
Yeah, man. And you've done so many great things in a short amount of time. Being a consistent face. You're not hard to look at either, by the way. I'm sure people
much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you.
So
you're gonna make me blush right now, BOJ. Come on.
Oh, at least it'll show. If I blush, it ain't gonna show too much. But I want to jump into the comment section just real quick. Show some love to the people. Of course, you got to show some love to Lambo Drew. Lambo Drew is in the building. And
Lambo Drew, what's up, man?
Just had to stop
we were just chatting yesterday.
Yeah. I hear that you guys are going to be doing some things as well on his channel.
We are.
Shout out to Lambo. He's just a great presence in this space, and even off camera, man, he's an even better friend and brother. So you know, he's been a huge help to me in so many different ways. But
it's a beautiful thing. Man, I can't wait to get to know him more.
Hey, listen, it'll happen. He'll ring your phone, and at least you guys are in similar time zones. You know. So I want to give the people an opportunity to hear you, man. I want them to know how you got started, what motivated you to get started in this space, because you know we all know the passive space and then the active space and how we go about things are two different places to be as we navigate this space. And I think that it takes some growth internally and a little bit of commitment to the space to be able to do what we have decided to do. So I want you to tell the people how you got here, what motivated you to be where you are right now. And that, I think that's a great way to kick it off.
Sure. Yeah. So, I mean, first off, I gotta say that I'm super, super grateful, A, to be on your channel, B, to be your friend, because you've been a huge inspiration and a catalyst to me even starting a channel. I mean, we were just talking about this morning, right? We were talking about how we're going to talk about the first video I did was in my car. And I remember sitting with you. This is even before I did my first video and I opened my iPhone. But I remember saying, I'm like, man, I don't think people are going to want to watch me. I'm wearing scrubs because, you know, I was a pharmaceutical sales rep. Yeah. And I'm like, who's going to want to watch me and trust me and look at me as a valuable person in this space, talking about this space when I'm wearing scrubs and I'm in my car, right? Because it's like, everyone always says, you know, you got to show up, right? You got to show up looking good. Right. But then I thought, you know what? I'm going to take the other approach. I'm going to inspire. I'm going to inspire that other 40-year-old, because I'm 40, who's got the kids, who's got the day job, who's like, you know what? I may not be able to have the glitz and the glamour, but if he can do it, I can do it. So that's right. Yeah. So first off, I'm grateful for you for that, because otherwise I wouldn't be doing this. Okay. So thank you so much. No, so I started about 4 years ago, and, you know, I opened up, actually, let's rewind. When I was bartending, okay. When I was bartending in my 20s, I was in all the hot clubs in San Francisco. Right. Yeah. And I was bartending at a club, and I had this friend, and he was all up in like the tech space. Cause, you know, San Francisco and the Bay Area, it's like the mecca of innovation when it comes to software, right? And crypto wasn't really big. It was just kind of starting, right? And so he had asked me, I think he came up and asked for like his typical 6, 7 shots of Patron. And of course, they never tipped me. So I was like, all right, I don't want to talk to you right now, man. I'm busy. But he's like, no, you got to talk to me, man. There's this thing called Bitcoin and it's coming out and it's going to be huge and it's going to change the game. And I'm just like, dude, you just asked for 6 shots right now. I got a line of people like, we'll talk about this later. He's like, dude, I'm telling you, man, get some. And it was like, he was telling me he could get me like 1,000. And I'm like, no. And I never followed up with him. And it's one of those like kick me moments, right? Yeah. But you never know, right? Like you always say, we don't have a crystal ball, right? I always say, I don't have a Harry Potter wand. So we can't really predict the future. So that was strike one for my crypto journey right there. Okay. Yeah. And then a good friend of mine was telling me about Coinbase back in the day, and like, oh, you should open up a Coinbase. And that's kind of how I started. That's how I learned. Like, I opened up Coinbase, and I got some Bitcoin, and I bought like $10 of Bitcoin, and I started telling my wife and everyone that I was going to be rich. I was like, I got Bitcoin, I'm going to be rich, because I remembered about what he said, and clearly, you know, the timing didn't add up. Right? Back then, I would have been rich if I bought $10 in Bitcoin. But when I bought $10 in Bitcoin, now it's like, oh, cool, you can go get an O. Henry bar and, you know, and a big gulp at 7-Eleven. So I was like, that was strike 2 for me, but at least I was getting involved in the industry.
That's right.
Then I learned about the hypes, right? Then came Pegasus, right? Everybody remembers Pegasus, right? Yeah. So I got into Pegasus, and that's when I actually started really referring, because my network marketing journey kind of started before that. I got into a company called ACN, and that's when I started really learning that, like, hey, you know what? If these guys can get on stage talking about how they can transform their lives, travel the globe, and they did it while working their full-time job, they did this part-time. I was like, okay, cool, right? Yep. So then I started referring, and Pegasus came out, and I started referring people and sharing my journey, right? Now, I didn't even have a channel, but I was talking to people. I'm like, hey, listen, check out this platform. This is a way to get into crypto, blah, blah. And then we all know what happened to Pegasus, right? Right. And then, long story short, just started getting into more platforms, you know, like you did, right? And I was watching your channel from day one, but I never reached out to you. And I kind of wish I would have before, because I feel like our friendship would have grown quicker, right? Yeah. But God has a plan, right? That's right. So then I got into a bunch of other platforms, not going to name any names, but started learning the space, started getting my butt kicked, started losing money, just like everybody in the chat probably has. Yeah. And, you know, it's all a learning lesson, right? You learn what works, you learn what doesn't. You learn, it's kind of like a palate, having your, like a taste, right? You learn, I don't like these platforms because they make me feel this way, but I do like these platforms, right? So then that kind of happened. And then fast forward, this is when you and I met, the FX. We're not going to name the name, right? Because I don't want anyone, you know, coming after me, but the FX platform. Yes. And it's not the FX one that everyone thinks. It's a different FX. Yeah. That's how we met. And I'm just grateful for you again, that one good thing about you, bro, is that you are one of the most humble people. You really are. You care. You started your journey, not just for you. To show your journey, but you really wanted to inspire. Right. And I sent you a blind email. You didn't know me from Adam. Yep. You got back to me, and that's what started and built our friendship, our brotherhood. Yeah. And that's really what kind of sparked it all. You know, and being that compliance officer in that company, in that situation, kind of showed you too that, all right, man, this guy's actually got a little bit of skin in the game. He's not just some random person. So that helped to kind of build our friendship as well. And you looked at me as more of a colleague than a BOJ fan. Right. and I even told you, I told you straight up how I felt about you did that encounter and just some of my experience, but I had respect for the decision you made to take that on, because it showed me that you were serious. Oh, you know I mean, it takes a serious minded person to even consider that kind of opportunity, even knowing the risk of the space. Oh yeah. And I remember like it was yesterday, you said, are you sure you want to do that? You said, I wouldn't do that, you know, because of this, and this. But the reason I did it is because I really did feel like I always had a goal to want to be seen as somebody that people respected in this space, right? And I knew that, you know, I was looking up to all the greats, right? But I'm like, if I have this title, this could actually help me. And it also it also played a big part with my integrity too, because I have a lot of integrity, and I felt like if I was viewed as somebody in the company, as somebody with a lot of integrity, people were going to take me more seriously too.
That's right.
And, you know, I'm not with that situation anymore, but I never burn a bridge. And it seems to be going beautifully right now for everybody. So everything works out the way it should.
Yep. That's right. That's right. And, I want to go back just a little bit.
Yeah.
Because when we talk about the similarities that we have in this space and how we got started, it's almost identical, right? Even down to the network marketing opportunity. Now, the company that I was in was called Stream Energy.
Okay.
And they were acquired by ACN maybe like 2 or 3 years ago.
No way.
Yeah. So
wow.
That was a huge thing for me. Energy deregulation. It just made sense.
It did.
I was enamored by the fact that we had choices in that realm. And it wasn't just the incumbent being able to make all the money and make all the decisions. So I was like, well, everybody's got an electricity bill. You can't just tell me no on this one.
Right.
You can't.
Right. I want to get paid. If I'm going to keep my lights on, I want to get paid for my own lights.
That's right. That's right. If I want to keep any of my services on, why not get paid for it? Right. So even down to that, man, I started in that company when I was 19 years old. So that's, I'm 30 now. And we've come some ways, but missing the Bitcoin trend in the early time. I remember buying $600 worth of Bitcoin when it was like, I don't know, 5,000, 6,000.
Oh, so you got in a good time.
I literally sold it a month later to pay my rent. So,
but you got to pay your rent. You got to, again, keeping the lights on, keeping the lights on.
Got to keep the lights on, got to keep the bills paid, but I would have had a lot more bills paid if I would have held on to that.
Oh, man.
I started doing t-shirts at the same time. So I was trying to figure some things out about myself, but man, I think everybody has those moments where they're trying to figure it out. They're trying to figure what it is you want to do. You were a bartender at a time. We're both musicians. I don't think I think some people that know me now understand that, but I don't know if anybody knew that my guy tuned into TJ has a voice on him too.
I'm not the man. I'm not the man with the golden pipes. Okay.
Now listen, I'm not going to do you like everybody tries to do me and be like, hey man, sing something right now. Sing.
The dance monkey dance like my whole family does in Christmas and holidays. Hey TJ, sing something for us. Come on, please. Do you know what I use? If there's any Step Brothers fans out there, I go, this is not a suitable acoustic environment for me to do so. Okay.
I'm writing that down. I am writing that down.
Yeah, but it may not work for you because look in the back. Don't you have soundproof back there?
I do, but it ain't all soundproof. So I'm like, I don't think the north side of the wall, it's just not going to work.
Yeah, no, I feel you, man. I love the fact that people want to hear me sing. It's just the most unopportune, if that's even a word, times. Like when I was in the doctor's offices, right, with my scrubs, the MAs were like, "Can you sing something for us?" And I'm like, "Can you use my medication so I can get paid and actually live and pay my bills?" But no, I mean it's humbling, right? Because you and I both know, besides being on YouTube, besides being in the space, there is nothing more gratifying than being on stage and singing and having that adrenaline rush and seeing people. Like, I don't know if you're like me, but I look like the ladies in the eyes. Like I perform to people, right?
Yes.
And I know you do too.
Yes.
I know you do too, because when I heard you sing that Blackstreet song, and I'm not going to put you on blast right now, but oh my goodness, that's one of my favorite songs. When I heard you sing that, I was like, whoo, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That was a fun
this guy and me are very much alike. Yeah. But yeah, we have very similar.
I love that feeling. I love and my guy G Trader, he's a performer too. I'm just looking in the comments. My guy Ryan Lomas Glover, he did just about everything. We talking about bro.
Okay, Ryan did not tell me this, and we need to talk about this.
Well, first of all, you can look at his physique and you can just about tell. Have you seen any pictures of him a couple years ago?
Well,
Dude,
wait. Okay, he's a performer, but did he sing, or we're just talking about performing?
He just performed.
I knew about that. I knew about that because
he might be able to sing. He might even be able to sing. I know his wife is a phenomenal singer. I've heard Cher. She's like a top. I don't even want to call her an impersonator. I think she does a great job honoring
tribute,
Cher,
right? More like a tribute artist.
Yes, definitely a tribute. Definitely a tribute. She's great. So shout out to her as well.
Absolutely.
So many talented people in the space, but he's done everything. He'd been a little Chippendale. You know,
bro, I got a funny story about that. I actually went on tour with the Chippendales.
Did you really?
I did. Yeah, I did. So when I lived in Vegas, I'm just going to open up my book of embarrassing moments right now. I don't care. I don't care. I'm just me. I'm just TJ. So when I was in my 20s, I was working with a woman. I'm not going to name her name, but she owns a PR firm in Vegas. And this is when I was trying to get a record deal, and I was in talks with like Universal and all this. Right. And sleeping on couches. And she didn't think I would do it. And she's like, listen, I have an opportunity. You know who I work with. They're going on tour in Europe. They're going to be in 16 different countries, all these cities. It's called the Feel the Heat Tour. You don't have to take your clothes off. So I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, you don't have to don the, cuffs and collars. They're like, but they're going to pay you. You're going to go on a tour bus. I'm like, where do I sign?
Yeah.
And let me tell you something, bro. It was one of the best experiences I've ever. Wow. Yeah, because it's like, I come from suburbia, right? Yeah. And I lived in a bubble. To be able to, and I dropped out of college in the beginning to pursue music, went back at a later age, right? Yeah. So to be able to live a life of a rock star, and these guys were rock stars, as much as people want to like poke fun at them and make fun of them, these guys were performing to screaming crowds of women at Checkpoint Charlie in Berlin, in Lithuania, in Latvia, of all places. Like, I've been all over. And just the fact that I got to do that and I sang cover songs. I sang like Usher and Maroon 5 and all that. But it was just such an amazing experience. And to this day, like I'm talking about it right now, I still talk about it because it's one of those things that people just can't take away from you.
Yeah. I'm sure it gives you goosebumps sometimes. I mean, you've heard that crowd. Like, I've probably at max heard a nice crowd, like when I was on stage, of maybe 1,200. You know what I'm saying? Which is it's okay.
I'm gonna use your words. Nothing to sneeze at.
Nothing to sneeze at at all. But when you were talking about 10, 20, 30, like football game arenas, like stuff like that, the roar of that crowd, it'll almost make you lose yourself. You might forget you have to work.
So let's talk about this. When you hear that crowd, and maybe if you're starting new, like you're learning a new song, do you like worry in the back of your mind? Oh man, I hope I don't forget the words. Yes, all the time. I do that all the time. My co-frontline guy, right? So we have 4 singers in our band. And there's 2 females and 2 guys. And my partner, his name is Ray. Shout out to Ray. And sometimes in songs that I do all the time, I just need him to say the first 2 words of them. Like, just tell me the first 2 words. I got the whole rest of the song. Yeah, you just want the beginning.
Right? Just at the beginning, I'm like, sometimes I'll blank. I'm like, what? I just sang this song. Like, what's the first 2 words? And isn't she? Oh, right. Isn't she? All right. And I got the whole song from there. So I have those moments, but when you get, and I'm sure you felt it, when you get into the swing of the concert, and of course you have your set that you've been doing for a minute, you kind of get into the flow of everything, and you're good at that point,
Yeah. I've had those moments where I got to look over to my boy. I'm like, what's this part? Because there's, as a performer, there's nothing worse than that fear of just, you're in the middle of a song and you go, yeah. And just, those moments. I've been there. You're like, oh, what is it? And then you just gotta laugh, and you gotta be like, how's everybody feeling tonight? You know what I mean? Yeah.
You know what I've done? I think I've been lucky to only have this happen on songs that are fairly well known by the crowd. I just put my mic out in the crowd.
There you go. Because everybody wants to be a rock star.
Oh man, I had to be careful during COVID, like for real. When we were first getting back to singing in public. Like they wanted to take our mics. They're like, and
it was bad. We had drunk women come up and like, I want to sing a song. And we're like, nope, not unless you got Purell.
Do you guys do Shaka Khan? Like, oh my gosh.
Be like, listen, I feel for you, just not right now.
Right. They also wanted me to tell them a little something good, but I didn't want to go that far.
Yeah.
So I know we got a little sidetracked, but bro, let's get to the space, right? So
yeah, let's do it.
Being a person that's fairly new to this space in the public sense, right? Being a person that's kind of learning as you go, like you mentioned, you've had some pitfalls, you've had some times where you've gotten your tail kicked a bit in this space. What was something that kept you encouraged, other than seeing some of the other leaders and maybe it is just seeing some of the other leaders, because I know that's what it took for me. Had it not been for the people like Crypto Muscle, like when I first got started in the hype game, and how he just unapologetically just was like, all right, well, that's over, let's move on to the next thing, right?
Yeah.
That was the first person I saw in this space. So when it came down to the emotion of the space, I had that down packed from the jump. And I think some people, when we get a part of things like Pegasus and things that have been working so well for a certain amount of time, and then they just don't, I think it really can kind of derail how we think about the space going forward. So what encouraged you? Like, what kept you going, even in some of the platforms when you first got started that didn't work out maybe the way that you would have expected? What kept you going in the space?
I think just the fact that, you know, I always give this analogy to people when they're saying, well, you know, TJ, like, haven't you been burned before? Like, I talk to a lot of people and like, I'm never getting back into crypto again, ever. Because, you know, you should see the grill marks on my ASS from getting burned, right?
Right.
And I just say, listen, if you're dating a girl, right? I'm married, happily married now, but if you're dating a girl and she burns you, right? Maybe like she goes for your best friend or something like that. You love this girl. You put so much, you bought this girl flowers, you know, serenade, and she burns you. Are you just going to swear off women forever? No, you're not going to swear off women forever. You're going to be burned for a little bit, but you may, you know, you're going to get back in there, right?
That's right.
So that was the analogy that I used. For me, it was just like, I listen to a lot of personal development, and I'm sure you do too, you know, being a leader that you are. So like, I start every morning, I fill my cup with something positive, right? Because we're all filled with dirty water for whatever it is. I mean, we are just a tractor beam of SHIT. It comes at you from the news. It comes at you from negative people. It comes at you from negative people on YouTube, right? You got to watch out, you know, when you're looking on YouTube, what pops up, right?
Right.
So I think I've been in personal development ever since the whole ACN days, right? That's when I was introduced to it by like a 7-figure earner. And it's been a part of my life, right? So when I got in the crypto space, I got burned. I was like, okay, you know, this sucks. I lost thousands of dollars, but I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep going. And then I look at, you know, all these successful people that when they get burned, after they touch, you know, the stove, they're not afraid to cook, right? They're not afraid to keep going.
That's right.
And so got burned by Pegasus, got burned by COTP. But I got into COTP. That was a rookie move. I got into COTP at the end after everybody was like, you know, Scrooge McDuck collecting all their cash. And here's TJ, like, you know, holding the bag. So I mean, the advice that I would give people is just like, get back in the pool, right? Get back in the dating pool for the platforms. You know, I know a lot of people, let's talk about Novatech for a minute, right? Let's talk about Novatech.
Everybody seems to want
Let's talk about Novatech. I get hate, not threats, but in comment sections for videos that I've done a long time ago. Like I did one that said I got paid, which was a long time ago, but the algorithm keeps showing it to people. You know, my heart goes out to people with Novatech for what happened, but it is a business. Okay. And I know we say, don't put in more than you're, you know, don't put in more than you're willing to lose. Right.
Right.
So when you fall in love with something, right, that's a scary thing, you know? So you just have to make sure that you're just prepared for these things. Right. And I'm not saying that I'm the best, I'm always prepared, but it's mindset. Right. Crypto space, you have to have the right mindset. You just can't get in here thinking you're going to put 20 on black and you're going to be a millionaire. Right. You have to have I did a post on Facebook about financial thermostat. And I think having a financial thermostat is so important. If you guys in the chat section have never read The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by Harv Elker, check it out. So everybody has a financial thermostat, right? So you got one, BOJ, I got one, Lambo Drew's got one, everyone's got one. Okay. And you operate by your financial thermostat. So if you're somebody that gets in the crypto space, but you're not good with money or you don't have the right mindset, you're going to keep getting burned.
Yep.
Right. So I think for me, to answer your question, I've droned on. I apologize. I was just trying to give some value.
No,
for me,
you brought it, bro.
Awesome. Appreciate that. So for me, it's just like I trained myself early, and even though I lost, I knew how to get back up.
Yes.
Unfortunately, there are people in the space, and my heart goes out to them. I keep saying that they don't have that financial thermostat set where it needs to be. They can get there, but it's not set. And once it gets there, then they can bounce back, and they don't worry about things like what's happening with Novatech or this platform rugged, right? Yep. You say it all the time. We work in the casino.
That's right.
We work in the casino. And if you're not willing to get up to that roulette table and lose all your money, then you should just stay at the bar and have a drink.
Yeah. And nothing's wrong with that. I don't want
Nothing.
people to think that there's anything wrong with, you know, for the first, I even think about the first few times I was literally in the casino as a young adult, right? Mm-hmm. Didn't touch a machine the first 2 times I was in there. Yeah. I literally, the first time was in there just because I had a gig in the casino, right? So I had to be in there. Mm-hmm. But the second time I was in there with a friend, and they were doing their thing, and I was just watching. I didn't feel comfortable enough to put my money in. I even said, I'm not a gambler. I don't do stuff like that. I ain't about to lose my money. You know, you're in there, right. You just gotta play your friend because he's in there losing his money, and he's
and you're being a support system.
Right. Kind of. Because if that's like your real brother, sometimes you crack jokes like, I told you, bro. What I tell you before we got in, I told you you're gonna lose all your money, bro. Mm-hmm. But he went in there understanding, and my comments didn't deter him from his decision, right? It was just him. He understood the space he was playing in. He was willing to take the risk, and he went for it. There's been plenty of times that person has won in there. It just wasn't there. It wasn't when I was there. And exactly. That's cool. It doesn't, you know, sometimes it's okay to just watch people win for a little while or watch people lose for a little while. So you can kind of get a gauge of whether you can really deal with this yourself. But the only way that you're going to really get that gauge is if you jump in the pool. You
got to jump in the pool. I can't stress it enough. It really hurts me when I talk to people and they say, I'm never getting back into crypto. Because you look at people like Larry Fink, right? Who's all over. I mean, if anybody was looking to get into crypto, now is the time. When you have BlackRock CEO who owns everything, when he says that crypto is the future of finance and digital gold. If you're not getting into crypto right now because you're afraid to jump in the pool, you better put on that suntan lotion. You better put on your favorite swim trunks, and you better just get on that little step and make your way into the deep end. But you got to be in the pool.
You got to be in the pool.
Because my fear, bro, and I'm sure you're the same way, even though we talk about this, there's still people, and we know them. Mm-hmm. TJ, crypto's a scam. It's a scam. Nah, you're going to lose all your money. It's a scam.
Yep.
And we're just like, okay, you know what? Maybe it's not for you.
That's right. That's the only way I can take it now. Because, I mean, I was told that stuff like ACN was a scam, you know, and things that were legit businesses were scams. I've been told that for a long time. It's all about how people, and this is one thing I learned in network marketing, something that was said to me. They only say NO because they don't KNOW, right?
Oh, I never heard that. I like that.
They only say no because they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know exactly what's going on. They don't know how involved, you know, what kind of influence BlackRock has when they speak on things. Like they don't even understand, you know, they hear about it when Elon Musk does a tweet every now and then, and it just makes the systems move, but they don't really understand. I don't even fully understand sometimes. So I get it. I get where people
Me too.
But at the same time, like you said, they have to find a way into the pool. Even if you don't even have to just jump into the deep end, right?
Right.
They've made it as simple as Cash App allows you to buy Bitcoin.
Yes.
Right. And I've been a person that has always said, I don't really like Cash App for crypto because it wasn't built for crypto.
Right.
It wasn't built to, but additions can be made, adjustments, and all that stuff can be made. Right?
Of course. Look at all the additions. Sorry to interrupt you. Look at all the additions, Amazon and all the big companies. I mean, look at Apple. Doesn't Apple have a debit card now?
Yeah.
Or like
Apple has a credit card. Like they're offering credit. I mean, most stores get to that place where they do that, but there's adaptions being made all the time. Yeah. And the ground floor level of getting involved with crypto has probably never been easier than it is right now, right?
Mhm.
So, of course, when you have that availability, to use Cash App even as a wallet, there are people that do withdrawals and deposits from Cash App into some of these platforms.
Yeah, I've talked to some people. They're like, I use Cash App.
Yeah, and of course, I don't suggest it, but if it works, then it works.
Yeah.
So I think that's great, though. You just got to get back in the pool. I think that's the biggest thing to grab from that. Unless you have decided that it's not for you and nobody can convince you any different, we're not here to do that either.
No, we have free. And the thing is, we have, as human beings, we have free will.
That's right.
We are so different from the animal kingdom in the sense that we have free will. This right here enables us to make decisions, whether right or wrong, good or bad, right? Moral, immoral. So I think you're right. I think if I have so much respect for somebody, if they were to say, crypto's just not for me, TJ. Hey, guess what? I am not going to convince anybody. We say it on our videos, right? This is me. And I like to say a lot, I'm the commercial, right? We're the commercials because there's no commercials in crypto. So you can either watch the commercial, right? Or you can flip by the commercial like you do with TiVo or you know, DirecTV or whatever.
Yeah.
So I have respect for people that take the stand like, I don't want to be in this space. Right. But what I don't have respect for is people trying to convince other people not to do it because they don't want to do it. Right. That's where I draw the line. Because it's kind of like, how dare you deny somebody the opportunity to potentially change their financial genealogy because you don't want it. Right. That's ignorance. You know,
and it's extremely unfortunate. Because there are going to be people that, and we already know some of them because they are doing the same things that we're doing. They're having lives with each other on their YouTube channels about us.
Man, I can't stand that tune into TJ and that BOJ.
TJ guy and that BOJ feller.
What's the SEC number? I'm going to call him up right now. I can't stand these guys. I'm sitting here trying to pay my bills and they're cranking out that crypto.
They're the reason I can't pay my bills. They're like the same people that say that immigrants are the reason why that they can't find work.
Oh,
like, have you heard that before? Like,
of course I've heard that before.
All these immigrants taking their jobs. Like, that's the most ignorant thing I've ever heard.
That's ignorance at its finest right there. Like, but there are people that are hating on us probably right now, which is
I get sent videos periodically. I don't have too many, well, not outwardly haters that are getting enough attention to where it's like, you know, I don't have CoffeeZilla on my back or nothing like that. But like it gets a little bit, and I take it for what it is, right? Because I understand as we grow and as you grow your channel, you're gonna see this too. Your brand becomes a keyword.
That would be cool.
Tune in to TJ is going to become a keyword because of the growth that you have and the personality that you have and the presence that you have in this space. So when people see BOJ or Bank of Gerald, right, it's automatic that it's not automatic, but it's a higher chance of them getting. It's like if I were to do a Trump video,
right? Oh,
yeah, like it's going to be seen.
That could go either way.
It could go either way. But it's going to get seen because of that keyword. So there are people out there that use DAP all the time, right? They try to use
in their keywords?
It just his name. If they put his name in a video,
you're kidding me.
It's going to get more. It's going to get more views because YouTube is just a search engine.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're typing in Bank of Gerald, anybody that's done any videos on Bank of Gerald, whether it's me or them or you or whoever, it's going to come up on a list. And if they work their way up or down that list far and long enough in that rabbit hole, I'm sure there's thousands of videos about me that aren't saying the greatest things, you know? But that's just one of the things that come with the successes of this space, which I kind of want to talk about because we talked about bouncing back, right? We've talked about staying in the pool. We've talked about the adversity of this space, understanding the risk of the space a little bit, understanding that knowing if you put your shirt in, you could leave without a shirt.
Yep.
Right?
100%.
But the jump in going from just being a passive earner, just trying to figure it out, not necessarily having a whole lot of people to probably talk to about these things other than the people that are around you on a day-to-day basis outside the space. Making that leap to having a YouTube channel.
Oh,
you
yeah.
could have done it many ways. You could have decided that you were going to be a Facebook guy or an Instagram guy or a mixture of all those things. I know you do incorporate your Facebook into your promotion as well.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
But it all seems to tie back to your main space of YouTube. So as you've grown and gone through the bad, tell us about some of the good things that you have experienced and just taking that leap of faith and deciding, you know what, I'm gonna invest my time. I'm gonna invest, as you see his beautiful setup going on, he's invested some money as well.
Well, thank you for that, because you're the one that gave me the recommendation. And somebody did say, am I trying to copy you? And I was like, man, if I could be him.
Well, you know, success leaves clues. So that's how I see
say
it.
that all the time. Yeah. And imitation is the best form of flattery.
Amen.
So yeah. But I love this. And actually, you know what? I got shout out to Passive Profit Tools out there, Darren, our boy. Yeah. I told him to get this too, because you told me to get it. So now he's got a beautiful setup. So we all have the BOJ starter pack.
Hey man, that's awesome. I love it. And shout out to my guy, Darren. He's a great dude, man.
Yeah. Oh, Darren's the best. Darren's the best. Go follow him. Go subscribe to his channel. Just Definitely. Heart of gold, cares so much about people. Just had a birthday.
Happy
okay.
birthday,
So
Darren.
you were asking me about what, say it again. Sorry, we got off track. You and I could talk for hours.
I was asking, like, because you've taken this leap of faith, you know, what are some of the positive things that you've experienced and just, you know, maybe the amount of people you've been able to help, or even the commissions, or, you know, just some of the good things that you've experienced just from taking that leap of faith and starting a YouTube channel.
Sure. So I'm a relationship guy. Like, I love meeting people. I open my channel. Maybe it's a bad idea sometimes, but I open my channel. I say, I'm an open book. Reach out to me. Like, I'd love to get to know you. Yeah. I've actually built and fostered some amazing friendships from this channel.
Yeah.
You know, there's a gentleman that I'm still friends with right now that reached out to me in email, and he's like, I'm an older gentleman, but the guy's just such a great guy. And we became friends, and we talk weekly, and he calls me his mentor. And I'm like, well, I'm humbled because I'm not an expert. I even say it in my description. I'm like, I'm not an expert, right? If you're looking for an expert, but just relationships, friendships, because those are the lifeblood of what we do, right? You know, people reaching out to me saying, I love your channel. Like, you're so real. Thank you. Like, that's huge. And I tell people, I say it in my videos, I never thought anybody would watch me, because when we talked, I even told you I was so scared about doing a channel. I was like, I don't have a setup. I don't have a mic. I mean, my kids' ABC stuff is back there, right? Like, it looks like I'm recording from like a daycare, right?
Yep.
So coming from those humble beginnings and having people reach out to me and say, dude, like, you started in your car and now you're making your way up. Like, I love your channel. I love the way that you communicate. I resonate with you. And it's happened a lot. That'd be the best. Okay. The commissions are great, right? And I'm not going to BS, right? What we do is great, because I feel like I'm not going to say the word entitled, but I'm going to say that because we put in the work, right? Because we are the commercial, I feel like we are, we deserve for the company to take care of us with these referral commissions, right? And I know we get a lot of crap. We do. All of us out there, we get a lot of crap. You guys make all the money because you're on YouTube and well, guys, I started from my car, okay? And now it's really starting to blow up, and I'm grateful. But, you know, we're putting in the work. And Jim Rohn always says, you get paid for the value that you bring to the marketplace.
That's
right. This is our marketplace. And I hope, bro, that we're bringing value.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why would people watch us, right? But anybody can do what we do. And I want to start inspiring people too. If you want to start a channel, start a channel. You don't have to have a setup. You can start a channel in your laundry room. If I can start a channel in my car, you can start a channel in your laundry room. I don't like when people say, oh, well, you know, no one's going to watch me, because I did say the same thing. Right. But I don't like hearing that now, because I thought the same thing. And now people are watching me. So the commissions are great, right? The fact that and also because we get paid for helping people, right? The people that are jumping in the pool, right? We get paid for that. So that's great. What else? you know, being able to meet new people in the space. Like I'm starting to build a relationship and a friendship with Lambo Drew, right? We just started chatting, right? And I can't wait to get on his channel. You know, just meeting people in the space is huge.
Yeah.
It's huge because those connections, you never know where those connections are going to lead.
That's right.
Right. So that's pretty much it. It's just the fact that it's surreal. It's surreal.
Man, I think you hit all the nails on the head, because as I think about, kind of reflect on the things, of course, I've been called so many things, from commission junkie to, you know, that's G Trader's one of his favorites. He gets called a commission junkie all the time. But we take all the arrows, you know what I'm saying? And one thing I was telling you when we first started, because I know in that time when we were first talking about you starting a channel, I was telling you you're in a unique position, because you're, and I'll tell me if I'm going too far, letting people know what state you're a resident of.
Go for it. I don't care.
Oh, all right. So being a resident of California and in Novatech at the same time, at the time that things were kind of happening in California, you know, that was a very unique place to be, because of course we're all over the world, let alone this tiny little place called United States of America, let alone this even tinier little space called California, you know?
And what was happening in California at the moment, that was actually one of my first videos. Yeah.
And those kind of moments as a YouTuber, sometimes we don't know to take advantage of them, but when we do know, then it's on us to kind of take that leap of faith and do that, man. And the commissions, yes, they're great, but man, you hit the nail on the head with relationships, bro. I missed the days, of course, COVID kind of put a damper on a lot of network marketing activities, right? I was going to Dallas almost every year, you know, just being in the room where it happens, you know how they say it, you know, everybody just coming together.
Events are what makes it happen. That's what they say.
Man, I when we went to Georgia for the event, the meetup, it was probably one of the most amazing things that I had experienced. And I was on the other spectrum that I used to be, right? So one thing that you'll experience as you get out there is people recognize you. And like
that's a trip, man.
You know, it's different because when we're on stage, you know, you might have your few people that know your band or whatever, but really they're not enamored by you until you start singing.
Right.
So you start opening your mouth and saying things and getting the crowd involved. They're not really, you know, banging your door down before the event starts, or they're not scoping you out when you first walked in the hotel. You might look good, but they're not like, oh my God, that's the guy from the band we're gonna see tonight. Oh my God. We're not quite at that level just yet. Maybe in our smaller circles. But this event in Georgia, it was kind of a weird dynamic, because I knew I was gonna be dealing with people that knew who I was, and more of them were gonna know who I was, and I wasn't gonna exactly know who they were. And being in that kind of dynamic feels a little bit weird. You know,
because you're like, oh my God, it's you. They're like, oh my God, it's you. And you're like, what's your name? Nice to meet you.
And the space that we're in, we're talking about the high risk casino platform dealing with people's money. Yeah. You know, they could have all types of.
You could have been walking down the lobby and they're like, yo, BOJ, man.
Yeah.
I had some dude came up.
And shout out to Mr. Cannon. He's gonna laugh when I tell you this. He came up to me. He's like, "Hey man, it's that guy I lost all my money with in Novatech." But he came up. He said it with a smile.
That's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
He came and said it to me, and I'm like just about to leave this event to go to the next event I had to go to. He's like, "Before you go, man, let's take a picture real quick. I want to take a picture with the guy I lost all my money with."
Were people around you cracking up too?
Yes. And I think it was probably because I was laughing too.
Well, yeah, because you weren't like, sorry, man, like, you know, don't put it more than you're willing to lose.
Right. I'm not weird. Like I don't have that kind of. I can be a little bit like, whoa, did you just say that?
Yeah.
But I'll roll with it. If I can't sense the malice, if I can't discern that you have negative energy, then we'll roll with it. We can joke, we can have a good time. We took a picture with our thumbs up and with our thumbs down.
Yeah, this was a great icebreaker right there. I can't think of a better icebreaker.
Oh
right?
yeah, that was right before I was about to leave. So I I got my last little chuckle in, and then I'm leaving the venue.
Oh man, I wish I was there, man. I wish I was there.
It was a great time, and one thing that I'm going to talk to you. I can bring this up online, and then we'll talk about this a little more.
Of course.
There is an event going on in Crystal City on my birthday, December the 2nd. Crystal City. I'm sure you know where Crystal City is. You spend enough time out here. You know.
I know Crystal Bay. I don't know Crystal City. Where's
Crystal City? Is around Alexandria, Virginia.
Oh, I was only in Upper Marlboro, Maryland area. That's all.
It's not too far. It's not too.
Okay.
It's within. I'd say it's within an hour.
Okay. So what is it?
To DC. But it's a crypto event. It's there's a I want to say this right, but they're a class. They started off as a class, just teaching people how to maneuver this space. It's called the Core 4. And their premise was on having a core 4 platforms that they roll with. They teach people how to navigate those platforms. Of course, the platforms are subject to change as the space is, but they're teaching people diversification. And they had the first big summit in December, on December 2nd in Crystal City. And we're going to talk a little bit about whether you're available or not, but we need some panel members, and we'd love to have you on the panel.
That would be cool, man.
If you can make your way back to the East Coast, we'd love to have you. And we got to sprinkle some salt. There's a whole lot of pepper going on, so we got to get some salt in there. We got to be diverse on all fronts, you know.
Got to be diverse, right?
So
Ebony and Ivory living together in perfect harmony.
That's right, and we've been living together in perfect harmony for a while. But sometimes
we have, and we're going to continue
let
to.
Folks know we're
going to continue to.
Together.
We are better together. We spread the love.
That's right. That's right. That's what it's all about, really.
Of course, of course.
But getting back on track, would love to have you out here for that. But the networking has just been great. Meeting people like Lambo, Drew, yourself, G Trader. I can't wait to meet him. I'm trying to go to the UK and have it up out there for a little while when I am able to travel a little bit more.
Yeah, I know your gig schedule. Your gig schedule. You're booked up more than the Rolling Stones, bro.
Well, I don't know if that's saying all.
No, they're booked up. They're booked
up. Booked up, right? Okay,
they're booked up. Are you kidding?
Just make sure that wasn't a joke,
bro.
I haven't seen the Rolling Stones live, so
bro.
That's on me.
They're booked up. Well, I'm a rocker too, so they're booked up. I mean, he's what 80, and Keith Richards is like what 212, and they're still performing all the time. That's what I'm saying. Like you always tell me, you're like, I got 4 gigs this weekend. I'm like, I do 2 gigs. I do 2 gigs. I do 2 gigs, and I come home and I'm like, babe, can you make me some tea? and here you are, 4 gigs singing Dave Hollister and all this stuff, and I'm just like, oh man.
Hey, to much that is given, much is required, and as much as it is sometimes daunting, as you know, man, when you get out on that stage, it gives you some life. It
does.
It gives you a little bit more life, and it's probably why our throats are as sore, because we're giving it right back.
We are, and that's why I bought this mic, because you're the one that told me. You said, TJ, there's going to be a time when you're going to start doing videos, and your voice is going to hurt because of gigging too. So this thing helps a lot. Oh
man. And with the headphones, we can kind of dial into what we're hearing. It's great.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Let's man, I could talk for a long time. We like bouncing in between our crypto life and our outside life a whole lot.
I think we're so much alike,
about some cryptos. I know, bro, we do the same things on and off camera. I think, and I've always thought this, since you've decided to make that leap and just put yourself out there in that way, I think you've inspired so many people. I even told you when you had your scrubs on, bro, you're going to inspire people from your scrubs. There's going to be so many people that see that dedication to the grind, but still willing to take the time.
Yeah.
Even if it's just 5 minutes. I think about my first videos. I didn't have my hair cut. My hair was all over the place. I wasn't too worried about my presentation because I understood that it was the information that was the most important. And
I look like Kramer from Seinfeld in my first video. My hair's all like just, and here I
The humble beginning. Now you got, if I'm you got a little part in, you got a little part in your hair.
Oh
too?
man, I blame my kids. I'm going gray, but you know what? I'm grateful. I'm loving life, and you know they just call it wisdom coming in. So
that's right. That's what it is. That's what it is, bro. Oh man. So let me do this. Let me do this. Is there anything that you want to talk about? Like, cause this is not very often that I, you know, and I know people are on here. They want to watch the both of us, but is there anything that you've just had on your mind? I know there's maybe some platforms that you've been interested in that you may want to shed light on. I haven't done a top 5 video in a while. I've been promising top 5 videos and stuff.
Yeah, everybody wants to hear that from you. Every time you get on a live, they're like, BOJ, what's your top 5?
What's your top 5? And
but it changes like underwear.
I know, and it's hard to, like, I feel like if I drop my top 5, then VORTIC, something will happen with VORTIC or something.
Right.
You know, and some of my top 5 is private. You know, you can't really, you can't even really talk about, like,
that makes our job so difficult. But I will say it's a double-edged sword, because I love the private opportunities, because I preach sustainability, security, longevity. Right.
Yes. Say that one more time. Say that one more time.
Sustainability, security, and longevity.
Did y'all get that? Somebody write that down in the chat, because y'all ain't saying nothing in the chat. Write down what he just said in the chat.
Yeah. That's one thing. I talked about that in my videos from day one, because those are the most important things. It's not about how much the APR is on the daily basis. It's, if I want to give my kids the life that they deserve, and I want to travel the world, and I want to live like nobody else lives, right? You got to have longevity, sustainability, and security. Someone's got to, it's got to stay around, right?
That's right.
I would much rather have a platform that pays less daily or weekly than one that's like shooting through the roof, and I know it's going to be gone within a week.
Yep.
That's me, right? I don't talk a lot about, shout out to all the really risky people that will do those platforms. I don't talk about them a lot. I don't, maybe things will change, right? Cause I don't like to actually put things in stone, but I'm just I get worried about that kind of stuff. Right.
Yeah.
Especially leaving my job, ditching my 9 to 5, and now being a full-time entrepreneur. Right. I got to make sure that I protect the house.
You got to protect the house.
Got to protect the house.
Have to.
Yeah. So what I want to talk about, we've talked about tons, right?
Yeah.
Maybe ask people in the chat if they want to talk about something, because it's all about them, right?
Even better.
If they want to talk about, I mean, nobody wants to hear me talk anymore. I want to hear what our people want to talk about.
What do y'all want to talk about? I know. All right. So if I go into the chat right now, maybe we can rehash some of the things that have come in before. So let's see. How you feeling about HILTON Meta? Now, I don't know that you're in HILTON.
I'm not in that. That's all you, brother.
So I'll just say I'm feeling good right now. Just got started. Don't have too much to share about it right now, other than I did receive our first earnings from profits yesterday. So I do believe that they may pay out every Friday, and that's not quite something that I knew or retained when I first did the presentation on it. So that's that. What's going on with Novatech? And everyone is always going to ask this question on every live that I do, and I completely understand, but I have the same answer. And brother, you can tell me if you have the same answer as me. Novatech has not communicated with us. They have not told us anything in their back office. They have not said anything in any telegrams, because they shut down the telegram that they had. It's been 0 dark 30 as far as I'm concerned. And also, as far as I'm concerned, I have had to move forward, right? I made the choice to just say, hey, that was an expensive lesson that I learned a lot of different things in. It did last for me longer than any platform has ever lasted for me in my short span of time here in the space. And those are the good things that I can say about it. But on the other side of it, I had 6 figures in my account in Novatech, and would love to know what's going to happen with that. But I'm not waiting on it. If people are expecting me to sit around on my hands and wait for Novatech to communicate or do something, or, I would love for them to do that on their own merits and not have to be outed by, the authorities or anything like that. Would love that. But if it doesn't happen like that, then it won't be the first time, and it probably won't be the last. So with that being said, TJ, you can add on whatever you wanted to that.
I thought that was beautiful. I mean, tie a bow around that because that's perfect. I would say TWT. Time will tell.
Yes.
Right. I'm not waiting for it. I'm not. I mean, yeah, it's gonna hurt a little bit, right? Because we want it to come back, but time will tell. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on in Cynthia, Eddie's life. Like, we don't know what's going on with any legality. If there is, I'm not going to say that there is, but we don't know. We don't know. And I feel like the worst thing that we can do is have that dark cloud in the back of our head, right? Because it just, it stifles the rest of your happiness throughout the day and throughout your life.
That's right. That's right.
So.
And it's hard to move on. It's hard to move on when you can't shake that per se. And I know we're all different, and we are all different. We have our own timetables, and when we're able to shake things like this, and when we're able to really learn the lesson and move forward. But I encourage everyone that it is possible to do, and sometimes you just have to. I know a lot of people that really took Novatech as their number one thing. And their one and only thing at that, they were really pumping it and really having success, and have been forced to diversify at this point, and have been forced to learn that lesson. I'm very grateful that I was not forced to learn that lesson through the Novatech experience. I'm glad I was able to learn that in my first experience in the space, which was Watermine 2 years ago. And a little over 2 years ago now. So so I mean, we'll see. Valuable. Yeah,
we'll see what happens. Time will tell.
That's right. TWT. Brother, I don't know how much time you got.
I got time, man.
I want to highlight. Crypto Kempire. Crypto Kempire's in the building. Rob L said, "Somebody sing." Yeah, nobody's gonna be this. This is not the time.
This is not an acoustic environment,
right?
For that,
forget what you see back here. All right, don't worry about the panels.
Yeah.
We're gonna save you guys today on that.
That's a virtual background right there that he uses all the time. That's not right.
It's a really good one too. My pops is in the building, and I always love bringing this up because some people need this kind of inspiration. My dad, I'm not going to out his age online, but he's in his 60s now, and so I'll go that far. But he was the person that inspired me to get into crypto. He's been heavy on the XRP.
Thanks, Pops.
Recently, it's been really good. Yeah, got to give a shout out to him. He's in the comment section. The Smithology Project, which is actually the name of our singing group together. It's my dad, my brother, and myself, and we are the Smithology Project. So that's our
I like that
YouTube presence right there. So thank you for tuning in. But he highlighted longevity, sustainability, and security. I love it. And I think
awesome, Pops. Awesome.
We're all looking for that. We're all looking for that. Passive Income Demand says, it's good to see you, TJ and BOJ. I heard this recently, and unfortunately, I was when you sing, right, as well as you get the good fun gigs, sometimes you have to do the not fun stuff and support families at funerals. And one thing that was said to me at this funeral, which seems to get a little bit overused, but it happens, is it's better to be better to be seen than viewed, and maybe in the YouTube sense, it works maybe on the other side where it's probably better to be viewed than seen.
Views are good in YouTube.
But when we're talking about a funeral, definitely better to be seen than viewed. So I appreciate you, Passive Income Demand, for tuning in today and listen to us kind of banter with each other, because this is long overdue. So we've got so much that we haven't talked about that we have talked about. So we're just kind of all over the place, but I'm having a great time, man. And,
me too, man. This is great. This is awesome.
I'm just so proud of you, bro. I looked up. I actually gassed your numbers up a little bit. I told somebody you had over 1,000 subscribers.
Manifest it.
That's right. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, I keep telling people in the end of my video, I'm always grateful. That gratitude's my number one thing. So every single video I do at the end, and my subscribers know this, I say I'm grateful for you. I point to the camera, but I'm saying I want my 1,000 subscribers as a Christmas present. Yeah.
Organic too, by the way. Y'all gotta go in and tune into TJ. Because he's bringing a lot of insight. He's bringing a lot of value to the space. He dives in. He talks about the platforms from his experiences. When news comes out, I'm sure we're not like always right on top of the news like maybe a news anchor would be sitting outside a courtroom. But we do the best that we can, right? Have you established any Telegram groups? And just to kind of get into that realm, right? What are some of the risks, just to make sure we're on the same page? Because I had my apprehension about starting Telegram groups. Those of you that know me know that I just think that Telegram is great when you're a fly on the wall. But when you start getting more involved and you start writing and typing in different groups, it kind of raises your risk level in the Telegram space.
Oh, right? Yeah. Telegram is scary. It can be scary. I know that.
In starting your Telegram groups, do you have a group that's closed or open?
So I actually need to talk to you about this. You need to be my Telegram Obi-Wan. Okay. Because I suck at Telegram. I mean, when it comes to the private ones, I've created private ones, and my ADD, just like for some reason, I'm having a hard time staying with them. Right. So shout out to everybody in our space that can keep up with them. Yeah. I'm thinking about doing just a tune into TJ Telegram group with all the platforms. Right. I do like having the separate ones for the private ones. Yeah. But I don't even know how to make it so people can't talk. You know, like I said, I need you to coach me, because I don't really know what to do.
So I make all of my Telegram groups private, and you can do that from just creating a private new channel.
Okay.
Instead of a private new group.
Okay.
So if you do that, then it'll allow you to be able to set whatever you want to name it. You can still get a link for it. So when you put it out there, people can still click your link and join it. But one of the reasons why I did not want any talking is, one, because when a platform goes south and everybody starts spewing their nonsense about how they lost this and that, and it's not always nonsense, but most of the time people are just writing whatever.
Of course.
I did not want that, not because I was worried about a platform going down, but what that creates in a group is really toxic stuff.
You took the words out of my mouth. Mm-hmm.
And it can really start shifting people's mindsets in the wrong direction. And it's most of the time, it's not even a whole bunch of people that feel this way. It's like one or two or three or four in the grand scheme of maybe 20, 30, 100.
But what does misery love, BOJ?
Company.
What does misery love?
And it's trying to attract it. Misery loves company, and it's trying to bring it in. It's trying to attract it in. Yep. So I made my groups private from the jump, because I already could see what was happening in other groups. And some people like to have an open space where people can vent, and that's fine. But go to your mama house and do that. You know what I'm saying? Go to your pastor, go to your therapist.
Yeah. Lay on the couch, pay $200 an hour, and talk about how that platform did you wrong.
Exactly. You can do it. There's plenty of places where you can do it, but it's just not here. So I had to be very unapologetic about that, because it's still about the information. And I can't have somebody else that's really trying to get the information bogged down by 60 messages from people that don't believe.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're just sitting there scrolling like, where's the positivity? Where's the positivity?
And it's hard it's like finding a needle in a haystack, right? But there are positives to Telegram, because when we center on the private exclusive platforms, that's really all we can do, right? Because we want to protect the house.
That's right.
Right. And then when we have the Telegram group, that's where we can actually kind of decide what information is going to go in there, right? Because we can't talk about it on the channel. I just did a video, and it's just like, it's me going like, and it's like, it's the Bitcoin private club, and you know what that is too.
I know what that is. I know what it is. But I got to talk to you about that too on the side. I need to get technical support on something.
Yeah, we'll talk. I've got you all day, every day. You know that.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
But people actually joined that Telegram group, and it's been successful, because I feel like the attraction, the curiosity of the private exclusive groups really makes people gravitate towards them.
That's right. That's right. It makes them feel a little bit more secure about it. And to be honest with you, and I learned this kind of in a hateration type of way, but I learned it nonetheless, right? There's a lot of people that don't like us YouTubers, right?
Tons.
There's a lot of people that are in the same spaces that we're in. They're doing the same things. They're even promoting these platforms, but they don't like YouTubers. And the reason they don't like YouTubers is they believe that we're the reason why platforms get shut down, because we're the ones getting the most exposure.
Right.
They're doing it their own way by sending it and privately doing it. And that's cool. Everybody has their way of communicating with others. And we're just using social media to do that. But there's a lot of people that believe that we are the downfall of some of these platforms just because some of us may be speaking and I know a lot of people try to entice. They try to use that type of enticing language because they don't necessarily know any other way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
They're in it for one or two reasons: to make as much money as possible or to be as famous or whatever as possible, as well known as possible. So they're willing to say whatever that's going to get them the click, whatever's going to get them the view or the subscribe. And you really got to be careful with those people. But
yeah, and there's a lot of those people out there, and they are dangerous to the platforms. They're very because they don't care, right? They'll see the writing on the wall, the rules, and they're like, oh, they don't care, right? Yep. But you're not protecting the house. That's right. And then it goes back. I look at it both ways, because you say that those people don't like us, but what if the tables were turned and they had the opportunity to do what we did, to do what we do, and to be grateful for the blessings that come with what we do? Do you think they'd have a different view?
I know.
Let me ask you. It's just because of the situation they're in that they can feel that way. But if the tables were turned, if they had the BOJ fan base, if they had the opportunities that you did, the network you had, how would they feel? You got to think about things that way too, right? That's right. And I know they would be on the other side of the fence of that, but because they have not decided, I mean, and quite honestly, they would probably have an easier time just talking about it on YouTube. Yeah. Because what comes with, and I learned this from DAP, right? Because DAP didn't have a big YouTube presence. His network has just been, it's been great because of the work that he's done prior to Novatech and a lot of the situations and positions he was in prior. Yeah, right? DAP's awesome. He's a great dude, and people get him messed up all the time. So that's and he always keeps a positive. You know, when I talk to him on the phone, he's always optimistic. He's even with all the stuff that's going on with Novatech. Like he's like, look, I know just about as much as everybody else. So I can't. There's only so much I can do. But I say all that to say that because people don't like us. Well, I'll say it like this, because they may have some kind of deep down feeling about maybe their own efforts in this space, or maybe what we've been able to accomplish that they may not have. They don't want us to have these channels. They don't want the platforms to be promoted on our channels. So when they get together in their advisory meetings and different things of that nature, a lot of the times they're very quick to say, hey, let's go private because we don't want nobody to ruin this. We don't want YouTubers to ruin this. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So I don't want to be a person that ruins opportunities for people, right? So I'm willing to pivot. Yeah. But at the same time, there are still people out here that use this tool as something that, just like we do, it helped us get to the place that we are now. Had it not been for other people's YouTube channels, we wouldn't be where we are right now today. Well, yeah, and also like I said, I go back to the people that reached out to me, like said, TJ, thank you. I was struggling in my job with this. Thank you for introducing this to me. Yeah. Where else would they have seen that? I mean, I can't stress it enough, this commercial thing, because we are fortunate, you and I and everyone in the space, to be in a space where we can share these gifts with people. Because not everybody knows about these opportunities. That's right. There's no commercials. There's no banners that fly across Facebook, right? You got people talking about in there, but that's what marketing is all about. That's right. We are marketing to the people that would not see these opportunities on a regular basis. The single mother that's trying to feed her kids, right? Who's dealing with all this strife and misfortune, right? Or the guy that just lost his job, and if he could have found, a platform that brought him passive income, could have made him a little more whole, right? So hate us all you want, right? But I feel like we're bringing value, and we are bringing blessings to the people that need them. And if somebody wants to hate me, I'd say it all the time in my videos, bring it. Hate me in the comments section. But one thing I will tell you, and my mama taught me well, right? Do unto others as they do unto you. So I've got people literally cursing me out and telling me that the SEC is coming after me. I'm going to jail. And I'm like, I think you need a virtual hug. Yeah. I'll show you the screenshots. I'm like, I think you need a virtual hug. Yep. Thanks for helping my algorithm. Blessings. And guess what? I don't hear from him after that. Don't hear from him no because more. Maybe they had, I learned this from Gary V. Do you like Gary V? Yeah, I love Gary V. Right. So Gary Vee, that guy's hated by so many people.
Yep.
Right. Because people think he's obnoxious, but he's who he is. And I respect that.
Yeah.
He said, he goes, I can't tell you, he said this to like a group of people. I can't tell you how many people reach out to me and tell me, Gary, you effing suck. I hate you. And he goes, you would think that I'd be mad and I make millions of dollars. And do you have your own company? He goes, I don't know what you're dealing with right now, but something has to be going on in your life for you to feel this way about me. I wish you the best.
Yeah.
And when I heard that YouTube video, because it was a YouTube video that I watched, that changed everything for me. Because let's be honest, we're human beings, right? We get all revved up and pissed off when people say stuff to us, and we want to be like, like the Italian in me comes out. I'm like, oh yeah, but I'm just like, but then I think I'm like, what if this person's going through something, right?
Yeah.
What if this person just lost everything? What if this person is just looking at me like a punching bag? I'll be their punching bag. It's fine.
Yeah.
So there's going to be people that hate us, but there's going to be more people that love us.
That's right. That's right. And that's been what I experienced, man. I've had to do certain measures to keep certain haters out of my line of sight, because out of sight, out of mind, right?
The WhatsApp man, is he still getting you?
The WhatsApp man is going to be around as long as I have a channel. I've had to just come to grips with that, but it's not going to keep me from warning people about the WhatsApp man or Miss Clara or any of those fake companies that they put in the comment section that are going to tell you you're going to get your money back from Novatech, or any of the other platforms that have been out here that have come and gone or have some issues or whatever the case may be. They're always going to be there. There's always going to be haters. There's always going to be people that try to scare you from this space. You just got to be able to think for yourself and make your own decisions on what you want for yourself. If this is not something that people want for themselves, I don't suggest putting yourself through this, because you're going to get hated on. You're going to get people talking about you. You're going to get people that do videos on you. They dedicate whole videos to you and how bad of a person you are and how you did this or did that. I still think about the fact that, Dap was an actor for a second, right? So he was in some production that was posted on YouTube. And so this woman that used to chime in on my channel all the time with her hate, but I had to block her because she got a little bit extra. She did a whole video dedicated to how not the whole video was dedicated to, but she took a clip of this video that he had acted in, where he had to show a little bit of violence towards a female in the midst of the acting.
Oh, I know where this is going.
They used that clip to say that he abused women. And now, mind you, this is a very happily married man with like 6 kids.
What is wrong with people?
They just, and then it's, what's even worse? It's not funny. I did kind of chuckle. The a-hole in me chuckled a little bit. But that very same person, maybe a week and a half later, did a video where they're like crying about their life and how they're just going through so much in their life, and that this is happening and that's happening. And passive income demand knows exactly who.
Does he?
He just put her in the chat.
Oh, he knows
what I'm talking about. That very same person decided they were going to do a video crying, and I felt bad for them, but it's like people do that because they're in their own state of hurt that for whatever reason they spew on others. And while that isn't fair, it is going to be some of the things that we experience in this space. And if you haven't, brother, you're going to experience it as you continue to level up and go through. And I know that the biggest growth that we've had in our channels is usually when things aren't going well.
Yes, because everybody, it's just like the news, right? When do people watch the news? When crap is going on in the world.
Yeah.
Because they know that you're going to watch it. It's like rubbernecking a accident. How many people, when you see a horrible accident, you don't even know what's going on. God forbid no one's hurt, but people are like, oh man, did you see that?
Yep.
And you got people honking behind you. People want to see the second Titanic. People want to see it. It's sad. It's sad to me because I'm a positive person. You're a positive person, but not everybody's got that mentality.
That's right.
And for that person that cried, it's like karma will bite you, right?
Yeah.
What goes around comes around. That's why I try to be nice to everybody, even if they're hating on me. Like I always tell people, leave positive, negative in the comment section, whatever you want to say, because you have the right to say what you want to say. Right. But I haven't gotten the WhatsApp man yet, so
Oh,
I haven't made it yet.
You got a logo now, so he's coming. Watch you go. Your swinging man on the hammock. He's gonna be right next to a WhatsApp number in your comment section pretty soon. All right, mark my words.
Oh man,
it's gonna happen.
Oh man, shout out to my guy Miko Designs too from Fiverr, who created that logo because it looks just like me.
Yeah, it looks great, man. It really does. And shout out to anybody that's doing work on Fiverr, because listen, and I don't want to get too deep in the race, right? But I'm gonna make this joke because it's my people, right?
Yeah.
I try to support my people, right? I try to give my business to my people, right?
Right.
And in doing that, I find myself waiting weeks, months for things to get done. I go on Fiverr and find one of these dudes in the middle of nowhere, and they are shooting me like 10, 15 concepts in an hour and a half.
Lightning fast.
For a quarter of the price.
Yep.
So shout out to Fiverr, because everyone on Fiverr just seems to want to get it done.
They do. I mean, that's when you want to get something done. They always say you find the busiest people to get something done, right? Those guys are busy.
Yes.
They may be in the other end of, BFE Timbuktu, but they are working. I mean, I went to my guys. My guy was a referral from a guy that I know, and I loved his logo. And I was like, I want something that shows my personality, because no one's going to believe me standing in front of a freaking Corvette with a suit on. Like, that's not TJ. I'm the dude that like wants to be hanging on a hammock with some Bitcoin underneath me. Yeah. so I looked in his reviews. He had like 20,000 reviews, which means he's busy.
He's working.
Yeah. So if anybody needs a logo, Fiverr is the way to do it for sure. Man.
There's so much you can get done on Fiverr, but I think even some platforms were spawned on Fiverr.
Probably.
I think there's been some platforms that we might have been in that were spawned from Fiverr, but
probably, man.
We won't get into that right now. But
what else we got? What else we got going on in the chat? What else we got?
Oh, we got somebody brought up the person I was talking about. Passive Income Demand said, yeah, TJ, I had to block those negative people. There are too many trolls and haters. And they're going to be out there, It's just one of those things we have to kind of deal with as we go. I'm getting better at it. I used to have time for them. I think as I'm starting to own up to the maturity that I'm trying to have, then I leave them alone. But sometimes I got time for them and let them know, hey, don't come over here too often with that.
I've seen some of your comments make me laugh.
Oh, yeah. we can go at it when I feel like it. I'm very selfish when it comes down to going at it. If I don't, I had somebody who was relentless, kept calling me. Who's that dude that did the Ponzi scheme? Bernie Madoff. Yeah, he kept calling my videos Bernie Madoff, and I was just like, you got to come up with something original, bro. Did you just watch? I'm like, did you just watch the Netflix special? Is that why it's on your mind? But Ponzi, it's like the first thing that comes to mind, Ponzi. So I had to actually block that word in my comment section.
But yeah, passive income demand. I feel you, man. Just kill them with love. Kill them with love. Kill them with kindness. Virtual hugs all around.
That's right. I'm working on my virtual hug game. I'll get there.
You'll get there.
Smithology Project says great life perspective, TJ. And
thank you so much.
That's coming from the man that's taught me so much about life perspective. I'm still working.
You've done an amazing job, Pops. Amazing job.
Gotta love the third party credibility. So I appreciate
absolutely. Can't wait to meet you. First of all, one day, brother, we're gonna meet. We're gonna hug. Like, I can't wait to meet you for everything you've done. And then Pops, I'll meet you too.
Yes, sir. I can't wait for that day. And it's got to be soon. It's got to be before this year is over, because
it's got to be soon for sure.
We're too close. We talk to people all over the world, and we're here in the same country. And we can freely kind of travel as long as we. I know.
I'm making it happen. There's no excuse.
How far are you from San Diego?
Oh man, San Diego driving like 5 hours, but hopping on a flight from where I live like 2 hours.
We'll touch base. I'm gonna be there soon. I'm gonna be there.
I'll be there for sure if you're gonna be there.
So, but yeah, man, it's just this space has taught us a lot. It's brought us a lot. And I think it all starts from a decision.
Mm-hmm.
It all starts on both ends, whether it's me, whether it's you, whether it's G-Trader, whether it's my pops, whether it's, you know, anybody out in the space, whether it's Brenda. Shout out to Brenda, first of all, because she's amazing.
Oh, Brenda. I love Brenda.
I was talking to my guy Brandon about the same summit that I was mentioning earlier that we'd love to have you be a panelist on. We'd love to grab her and have her be a panelist as well.
Oh man.
She's killing. She's great keeping people informed and staying engaged. I think she's another person that has decided to take on this space full time.
Mm-hmm. She's a wealth of knowledge. She's a lovely, lovely soul.
Yes.
We talk almost as much as I talk with you.
Yeah.
She knows my wife. She knows the names of my kids.
Yeah.
I could count on one hand the people that I know in this space that would do anything for somebody on their team, helping them out. And that's her. Yeah. That's her. I love Brenda. She's great.
She's been an awesome tool. I'm always a fly in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say she's been an awesome tool. Let me back up. She's been an awesome person in general. She's not just a tool.
I know what you meant, man. Come on.
But yeah. I like to be clear because when it came out of my mouth, I was like, that's not what I meant to say. But she's been amazing. I can't quantify how much these relationships have meant, and I'm sure you feel the same way. And I'm just excited about the growth of this space in general. I understand there's going to be people that come in on a daily basis, whether it's because of good reasons or bad. But I think that, and we've talked about this, just the commitment to be a person that's going to be present. You know, I don't foresee you going anywhere, especially not at this point. You've made this the grind. So
this is my office, brother. This is my office.
I gotta commend you for that, man. Because
thank you.
You got a wife and kids, man. I understand. Like, had it not been for the successes that I've had, I can't tell you that I would have been able to convince my wife that this is what I should be doing. She would try to be telling me, I know her mom was trying to tell me to get a job for a good while. And for me, just being a person that's done network marketing since I was 19, it's in your blood. I've always had that, like, and my dad worked, he got his degree. You know, both my parents got their degrees. My dad is a Jackson State alumni. My mom is a Tougaloo State alumni, both in Jackson, Mississippi. Both migrated up here from the South to get jobs at IBM. So they had the I won't call it traditional because they did above and beyond a lot of what my community has been able to accomplish. Right. And for me to not, like you said, I didn't graduate from college. I went to college pretty much just so I could have an opportunity to play baseball some more. I didn't want to put the cleats down.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
You gotta do what you gotta do. But there's gonna be so many people that come from so many different walks of life that come to this space for a little bit of course it's the want to be in a better financial position. Everybody wants to be in a better financial position. But when we have those roadblocks and these platforms that come and go, they need some people that they can kind of lean on to be able to watch or listen to. Or I know a lot of the messages that I get, they're just saying, thank you for being present. Just somebody that I can hear talking about the same stuff that I am. I may not even watch you the whole time, but just to hear you start with a positive tone, you know, about something that I know is going to be a negative word, maybe, you know what I'm saying? You always start with a positive spirit about it, whatever it is. I think we're an asset to this space, bro. And I just want to take just a little bit of time to tell you, don't give up on the space because we need you. We need your voice.
I appreciate that.
Face. We need your knowledge. We need the lessons that you've learned in this space in the short amount of time. We need the successes that you've achieved. You know, I've even felt some type of way about always, you know, sharing some of the special things that I do for my family because of what this space has done. But I feel like some of those things I want to start sharing with the people because people need that kind of encouragement too. It's not to be gaudy or braggadocious, but to let people know that it's possible, I think is the biggest thing that helped me.
It's giving hope. It's giving hope because people want to know, first of all, people do business with who they know, like, and trust, right? That's the golden rule. But people want to know that you care.
That's right.
Right. And it's not gaudy to share that you did something for your family because of the blessings that this space has allowed you to. Yeah. Right. You know, like I say to my channel, I'm like, I ditched my 9 to 5 to live the good life. And to me, the good life is not, I'm not balling. I'm not in the club.
Yeah.
Right. But my good life is having my son wake up in the morning and go, Daddy, let's go downstairs. That's the good life to me. I get to grow up with my kids. Right now, they may drive me crazy sometime. Yeah. Right. But all my parents out there know that. Right. Yeah. They may drive me crazy, but I can't tell you how fortunate I am to be in this, that the space is allowing me to not be in a job that I was miserable at.
Yeah.
And I'm not, jobs are not bad, right? Jobs are great.
That's right.
They're just not for everybody. Right.
That's right.
And like you said, you've always felt like this was for you. I've always felt like even with full-time jobs that I was an entrepreneur and I needed to be, whether it's this space or whatever space that's going to allow me to be my own boss. Yeah. Right. So I will not quit. I'm giving you this decree right now to BOJ, my brother from another. Sir. I will not quit because you've inspired me. And first off, I don't want to, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, I don't want to disappoint you. Right. But I don't want to disappoint myself. That's okay. Right. So I'm not going to quit. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep bringing value to this space, whether it's 600 subscribers, 800,000, who cares, right? If someone's going to watch me, I'm going to do a video, right? That's right. And I'm just so blessed for you. I'm just, grateful for you, grateful for everybody else, G-Trader, Passive Income Croc, Passive Profit Tools, everybody out there. I don't want to miss anybody. Jamsey, like everybody that's inspired me, everyone that's in our space. I'm just grateful for. It's just a lot of gratitude, man. And I'm still learning, right? I may not have the bandwidth, and I love how you say this all the time. I'm not the channel with the bandwidth to do a bunch of platforms. Yeah. So I don't release tons of platforms because I have to balance my life, and I will be the first to say I don't have the bandwidth.
That's right.
And I love how you say that. And I love that you have the bandwidth because not everybody can do that. And so you're going to attract the people that, your tribe that are like, oh man, like I want to do this. And that's great. And that's what I love about this space is everybody has their space in the space.
That's right.
Right. So, I want to inspire those who are watching, tune into TJ and they say, you know what, if TJ can do a video in his car, I can do a video in my car. If TJ can, leave his job, I can leave my job.
Yep.
That's what I want to do. I want to inspire.
That's right. And man, you're doing such a great job at it. If I do say so myself, I just want to take some time and clap it up for tuning to TJ.
I got the clap. Yeah. Oh, that sounded bad.
Hopefully the applause kind of blocked.
I got the applause. See, I you know what? I can laugh at myself, bro. I could stop and say that was good.
That's a pause. That's a pause moment. A pause.
Oh man, flashback from the Chippendale. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh man. Oh. Well, I'll say this. At least you had the body to do it. I could never be a Chippendales guy. I just never had it. I never had it.
But see, I'm the same dude. I'm the same way, dude. I look like a rotisserie chicken when I got up there. Those girls were probably like, have some food. Like I didn't show my body, man. I wore a suit. I sang an Usher song. I sang a Maroon 5 song, but I had in my contract, I said, I'm not showing my body because nobody wants to see this,
Yep. Hey man, I've been there. I keep my clothes on for the most part. Just about all the time. I'm just getting over the pool thing and used to the t-shirts in the pool. Now, I'm starting to get my workout back on.
There you go.
So I'm feeling a little bit better about myself. But thank you so much for joining us today, man. For those of you that don't subscribe to Tune Into TJ, please, sir, and please, ma'am, go and subscribe to his channel. We're going to get you to 1,000 subscribers, whether it's here or on Lambo's show or on Croc's show.
I hope so, man. I'm praying.
We're going to have you on a little run. You're going to have to be on some shows. That's how you get it popping. We're going to get you out in front of some more people. And
I would love that.
It's just going to be, because we all think alike, man. I've had conversations with Croc. I've had conversations with Lambo. Me and Lambo talk daily. So he's, link up with Lambo, man.
I can't wait because I know he's big into personal development too. So I know we're going to have a big connection when it comes to that. Like he'll recommend like a book to me or something like that and vice versa.
Yep.
So
Listen, he's Coach Rashid is in San Diego.
Oh, shout out to Rashid. I love Rashid.
Coach Rashid, awesome dude. G Trader, we're gonna have him. Get him on. G Trader, I need you to go ahead and get my brother on your show.
We talked about it. We're gonna make it happen. We talked about it.
We gotta. I'm gonna take a note from Croc's book. We gotta be more collaborative, especially in these times where sometimes it gets a little. And this is a good time right now, right? I want to just add this. It's a pretty good time in the space where we don't have a lot of our mains leaving us. You know, I don't want to, knock on wood, but it's a pretty decent time right now. So sometimes it can feel like, I know I felt this way. Sometimes it can feel like, oh, what do I talk about today? You know, everything is working. Everything is moving. You know, I can talk about an update. I can do a withdrawal, but then people pocket watch all the time if you do withdrawals all the time. So, what do I talk about? Great opportunity to start reaching out to some of our colleagues and brothers and sisters in the space and start collaborating and really kind of, talking to each other, even if it's just about your own experiences in the space, just to be able to say, hey, we're all in this together and we all have different ways of doing it, but we're doing it and we're committed to doing it. We can talk. There's one thing that we can talk about in our space that's a big win is everyone I'm sure knows about the XRP win, right? Yes.
I mean, because you did a show with DAP a while back, and you guys talked about, you always say crypto's wild, wild west, right? I feel like we have a good 3.5 years. You guys talked about that. 3.5, maybe 4 years of the wild, wild west, right? To get our Spurs dirty and to really make some money before the regulatory comes in. So if we can give a PSA to anybody, right? Not financial advisors, but this is the time to jump in the pool, right? XRP win, the fact that it's not a security, that's huge. And what that's going to do is that's going to, I mean, even the big dogs on Capitol Hill, they're seeing crypto after seeing the BlackRock stuff. They're seeing crypto as the future of finance. So if we can get in and amass financial freedom for ourselves before the regulatories come in, right? That's huge. So that's something to talk about too. Yes, it is. And for those of you that have not done that research, Paul Barron, if you don't watch the Paul Barron Network on YouTube, he has made this all make sense for me, because there's a long time a lot of this stuff was over my head. And me too, man. My dad was talking about XRP for years, long time. These dollar cost averaging, just accumulating, and I never bought while it was in the sense. Like I never bought. Oh man, like there's so many different XRPers, but shout out to the XRP community because they're real happy right now. Everyone's excited about that. But just the endless possibilities that crypto gives us in a general sense. A lot of it is over my head, right? But the parts that make sense do make sense. And it inspires me to stay in the game, even if these, if these platforms don't do right, or the ones that do, or whatever the case may be, there's still good reason to be involved with crypto. So that is what it is. I'm treading lightly on reading some of these latest comments. We got a troll in the building. Oh, right? We got a troll. We got a troll. They came out from under the bridge. What they got to say? Yeah, right at the end too. Right when we was about to leave. You know how that works. They just TJ, you look like a scrub. They're talking about DAP. Everybody's got something to say about DAP. Hey, say what you want, but that man is. Yeah, I don't like when people say bad things about DAP. He said, DAP Dunbar, there's a reason he deleted his video with DAP. Well, there's a reason I deleted my video with DAP, and it wasn't because I necessarily wanted to, because I don't really delete videos unless I'm asked to delete videos. All right. Right. So I have respect for the people that I have respect for. And if there was something in the video that he didn't want in the public and he reached I hope it's not what I said about crypto being the wow about that moment. Well, I say that every day. So I know, but you never know. That comes up. You never know. It probably has something to do with Novatech and what people say his involvement was in Novatech. But we all know that we join platforms on our own recognizance. Nobody's holding a gun to our head saying, you got to do this, you got to do that. The reason people join people like DAP is because people like DAP put a lot of effort into making sure that their communities are well informed, well versed. They have a strategy, at least, because a lot of people are just joining because they see success in other people.
they're not willing to really do the work and research and stay involved and engaged enough. And then as soon as things start not making sense, they want to point the finger at somebody.
Of course, it's a classic scapegoat. Everybody needs to point the finger at somebody. It's so hard to take responsibility for your actions. So what I have to say to that troll is free will. If he wants to delete the video, he can do whatever the hell he wants.
That's right. That's right. And because I respect that, that's my brother, that's my friend, I'm going to delete it.
Yep.
And, you know, and I don't have a problem with that.
Yep.
I don't. So just to address your, you know, it is what it is. If you don't like
trolls,
you know, do whatever. Ultimate Stream says, I'm looking for TJ's channel. Type in tune in to.
Yeah. Into is one word. So tune, TUNE, into one word, TJ. There you go.
Into TJ. Okay. So I'm gonna make sure I change that in my description of the video as well. I'm gonna make sure.
Yeah. Cause that might not come up with the algorithm, but hey, thank you for looking for my channel. I appreciate that. Thank you.
We're gonna go ahead and fix that right now while it's in front of me.
Cool. Yeah. Awesome.
But yeah, man, let me see if I can get back. I had the video up, then I went and did this. Here we go. Just want to see if there's any more comments worth checking into. Hope you find the channel because you're making money off the affiliates, not your own bread. But okay, well, if you
let's talk about that. Wait, we're making money off the affiliates,
and not our own. That's okay. What they said. Oh, not our own. So I'll start by saying this. I never talk about a single platform that I have not invested my own crypto in.
Same here.
So somebody's misinformed on that one. That's how I'll handle that one.
You know what I like to call it? I like to call it I eat my own dog food. And I got that from my lovely wife, right? She's super, super talented, been in business for herself for a while.
Yeah.
She goes, I will never not eat my own dog food. So when I do my videos, I'm not making money off anybody that I don't already have my own hard-earned money invested into. And I don't even want to say invested into, dropped into. Okay. Because I don't want them to take that word and
try to twist it.
Yeah. But again, ignorance. We don't make money off affiliates. Okay. Guess what? Jeff Bezos is making money off you every time you click that add to cart in Amazon.
For sure. And I think I'm gonna take a note from you and say somebody needs a virtual hug and thank you for helping our algorithm in the live chat section.
Yeah. The thank you for the algorithm. I saw that. I don't remember who I saw who said that, but I thought it was so great because it's true. They're helping the algorithm by interactions.
That's right. So we do appreciate that. We do.
We do.
And then Passive Income Demand says there are no more excuses for anyone who can't succeed in the space. And I have to agree. I mean,
I love that.
Amen. We've gone through so much between the both of us, just the two of us. We have gone through so much in this space that we could provide a lot of value and insight on how to maneuver this space.
Oh yeah.
If people just took the time to listen to the things that we say every day that some people may take for granted, right?
Yeah.
That first initial statement where it says, one, of course, we're not financial advisors, so don't treat us as such, right?
Right.
But the second thing is never invest in, cliche as it may sound, don't invest in anything you're not willing to lose. And that's more about the mindset of what you're dropping in than it is about anything else.
Yeah.
Because if you drop it in knowing that you could lose it, and you know all the risk, then it's better than dropping it in thinking you're going to be a millionaire tomorrow. You're
right. Yeah. Don't have that mentality. Don't have the microwave mentality. Like you put you send the money from your Exodus wallet. Next thing you know, you're going to be a millionaire. Don't have that mentality, right? Don't have that mentality. I always think too, one thing I always do is when I'm putting money into a platform, if I'm going to think about it at least 2 or 3 times that day or that week, it's too much for me.
Yeah.
That's one thing I go by, right? Yep. If I'm putting in something that I'm like, all right, cool. You know what? If it's gone, it's gone.
Yep.
But if I put something in and I'm like, I know that I'm going to be sitting at the dinner table in the back of my mind, I'd be like, oh man, what happens with that? What if, oh man, like I can't do that.
Yep.
Can't do that.
Please take note from that, guys. If it's causing you anxiety after you've done it, take a note from that feeling and try not to do it again. I understand that it can be an exciting space, especially when things are working and you find yourself maybe even trying to keep up with the Joneses sometimes because of how out we are about the things that we do, right? I know there's a lot of people that try to tell themselves, oh, well, if BOJ did this, then I have to do this, whether it's above or below. Just that mentality. Everyone has to be accountable for their own decision and what they decide, how much, and that even goes down to the sharing of platforms. A lot of times I will make a deposit and the size of it is not just based on how much I want to earn every day. It's not by itself. It's coupled with how much effort I know I'm going to put into documenting my journey in this platform. If I know I'm going to talk about this thing every day, I might be more willing to put in 5,000 instead of maybe 2,000 or 3,000 because I know that I'm going to put work behind it.
Right.
If you're not going to do anything behind it, then you might say, okay, well, let me just put in on the lower scale of what I may put in, right? I'm not going to be putting a whole lot of effort into trying to share it with anybody. So I'm not going to just sit here and drop in a whole bag. I'm going to make it make sense to how much effort I'm going to put in behind it. So keep that in mind for sure. Just a little nugget for those of you that may be even considering being more active in your chronicling your journey in this space. I don't ever want to call it promotion because that gets sticky. But if I'm promoting anything, I'm promoting my journey, right? And then, of course, we love to see people inspired by our journeys. And I think a lot of people will go to bat and say, hey, these guys have probably helped me more in just being open about the things that they've gone through than what I may have been able to grab from them and sending them an email, you know? But man, I just want to thank you real quick. We have been on 115
Man, that's crazy. I swear you and I could stay on for hours.
Bro, this could easily, because we could start talking about, we could get back into music, we could get back into living on the East Coast, going out to the West Coast. I don't envy how much heat goes on that side of the United States.
Yeah.
I don't know how far you are from Vegas, but I was in Vegas for the first time in a little while.
Oh, that's right. You just came back.
Oh my gosh. It was 2 o'clock in the morning and it was 103 degrees.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It was 107 last week here.
Oh,
yeah.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. I can deal with heat, but that's a different kind of heat. That heat will take you.
It's so bad. Like, you're supposed to take your kids out. Like, we just got our backyard done. It's beautiful. Like, and it's so bad. You want to take your kids out because, they want to get out and get the blood pumping.
Yep.
And I have to look at my wife. I'm like, they should only stay out for like 10 minutes.
Right.
Right. Because we started getting on our iPhones. We started getting they do the heat warnings, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's extreme heat warning. And when you see that, you're like, all right, we should probably adhere to this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's been hot for sure. I'm not gonna lie, man. I do miss the East Coast weather sometimes though. Like, I grew up in Basking Ridge, New Jersey, right? I used to live in Florida. So I miss the snow sometimes. And during the holidays, it's not as fun when you walk outside and there's no snow and it's not cold. So I do miss those kind of seasons, right? I miss a little bit of that.
When that cold is here though, when it's
it's there.
When it's like 12 degrees outside, and you didn't have to put on 3 pairs of drawers, 2 pairs of pants, a sweatshirt, t-shirt, and the jacket with the hat and the gloves and everything else involved. And of course, if you have children, anyway, thank you so much. Y'all make sure you go and follow Tune Into TJ. All right. Into being one word. Y'all go follow him, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to his journey. He's in some different plays that I am in, and we're in some similar plays. But the consistency that he brings, I believe, is going to bring value to anyone that decides to watch him. And brother, if there's anything that you want to leave us with before you get out of here, the floor is yours, my brother.
I just want to thank all you guys for tuning in, right? The cliche, I'm going to use the tuning in. And you said you're starting to use that too. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, that's right.
I just want to thank everybody in the space. I want to encourage all you guys to just keep dipping your feet in that pool. If you got burned by the stove, keep cooking. Hopefully we can keep inspiring you. And just, bro, I thank you for everything, man, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have started this channel and, began this journey. And it's opened up so many doors for me and my family. And I just, just an abundance of blessings. So I appreciate you and everybody that is watching us right now. And yeah, I just, I want to get to 1,000 subscribers. So I appreciate anybody that wants to subscribe. And I just thank you, man.
Let's get my brother into 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for being with us. Let's clap it up one more time for my brother. Tune in to TJ.
Thanks, man.
Y'all go and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for spending time with us today, man. And next time you come on, we're gonna ramp this thing up, and hopefully we can help congratulate you on achieving 1,000 subscribers the next time we see you, brother. We'd love to lift that up here on the show and keep you pushing and inspired. And you've done that for me as well as so many other people, man. Give my best to your family, and
likewise,
that you are blessing through your efforts here in this space, man. And we've got a lot of work to do, bro.
We do. The work is just beginning. The work is just beginning.
I've already told my folks. I said, look, you might have to deal with me being on some planes, because it might get to where we've got to start traveling and doing some cool stuff all around the world pretty soon, man. So
yeah, we got to get the wives together too.
Ready. That's right. We got to get them together, get some dinner going, and
yep.
I'm gonna hit your phone very soon, because I'm gonna be on your side of the world, like,
please do,
in the next week. So
please do.
Yeah, I got to be careful what I say on live, but you know what I'm saying.
Right. Where's he going? Where's he going?
Right. Yeah. I'll be right here in my office. Good to talk to you, brother, man.
Likewise.
Soon. I gotta get this one video done today, and I'm gonna call it. But thank you all for tuning in today. I gotta say this because I didn't say it on my last live. But listen, everybody, please put your 2FA on all the platforms that will allow you, and all your wallets. Guys, crypto is indeed the wild, wild west, y'all. And if you ain't strapped, you're bound to get hacked. All right, ask me how I know. Brother TJ, I hope you ain't got hacked because you've been staying strapped. Hey, I know about not being strapped, so stay strapped, all right? And if you like this content, hit subscribe. You want to be notified, hit the bell. Thank you for the 40 likes on the video, all 19 of you. If you haven't liked the video yet, make sure you like it before we get on out of here, because this video is going to bless a lot of people, not only the ones that have been in the space for a while, but those that may be new to the space and are looking for a little bit more encouragement about how they may get started, what their why is, and what they may want to accomplish in this space. I do think that this live is going to shed a lot of light to some people, and we're looking forward to having more conversations like this. So if you want to be in the loop, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. And please, sir, please, ma'am, or even the aliens that are out there, all right? Don't get scammed by the WhatsApp man, all right?
He'll get you.
Because if he gets you, I can't help you. TJ can't help you. Nobody can help you, all right? So stay diligent, stay vigilant in this space and in both of our comment sections, all right? Because it's bound to happen on his side as well, all right? Thank you, brother, so much.
Thank you, brother. I love you, bro. Thank you.
Love you too, brother. Give my best, like I said, to everybody, and we'll be talking very soon. Y'all give it up one more time for my brother tuning in to TJ. And I'm going to say it again. Go subscribe to his channel right now, or we going to have some issues, all right? Love you, brother. Take good care.
Love you too, man.
And stay out the heat, bro.
All right, I will.
All right.
Take care of that voice.
I will. I'll do the best I can. Pray for me. I'm going out to Baltimore tonight.
You got it.
So talk to you soon, my brother.
All right, see you.